President Bola Tinubu has approved the Nigerian delegation for the U.S.-Nigeria Joint Working Group, appointing National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu to lead the team. The group, formed after high-level engagements in Washington, is designed to strengthen bilateral cooperation on security and address Nigeria's complex internal threats. The multi-agency team includes key ministers, defense chiefs, and intelligence leaders, supported by a dedicated secretariat. Tinubu urged the members to work closely with U.S. counterparts to ensure seamless implementation of agreed initiatives amid heightened global concern over Nigeria's security and human rights climate. Joining us for this segment is Muktar Mohammed, CEO Financewithmuktar. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so who stands to benefit most from Nigeria's participation in the U.S.-Nigeria Joint Working Group, and what specific security gains are expected?
Well, again, I think the government have acted well. I wish they acted like this when we had that first threat, rather than talking about sovereignty, talking about a nation that can defend itself. I think the reality is beginning to come to the government that they need the U.S. more than the U.S. needs them. When it comes to security, I always say security is one area you don't play politics with. You don't play politics with your security, you don't play politics with your economy. So it's good to know that the president is serious about it. He's matching words with action. The secretariat coming in there also is good. Remember, there's been a lot of a strategic partner between Nigeria and the United States, which has gone years, even before now. And I think this will also help, especially security has a way of affecting the economy also. A lot of investors are also going to see this as a positive movement by the government. Remember that when we had this issue, the stock market itself lost over 4-point-something trillion because of that utterances at that time coming from Donald Trump. So I think it's a good thing that the government have realized the importance of collaboration and have gone on to put in actions. If you look at the names that are there, the high power Nigerians to be heading that. And one thing we should also be grateful to is if there's any man that supported Nigerian fight against terrorism, it has been Donald Trump. Remember when Barack Obama was there, he refused to sell Nigeria the fighter jet, and when President Trump came in, he was the president that sold those fighter jets for us. And after that, we've not been able to get any war plane or any security equipment from the United States of America. So it's good that we realize that it's a partnership that will favor us, and also going forward, it's a partnership that will also drive growth into our economy.
All right, so now looking at Ribadu's leadership, this places him at the center of the partnership itself. Now, in which ways is this likely to reshape Nigeria's security coordination with the United States?
Can you come again? I didn't get that question.
All right, so Ribadu's leadership places him at the center of the partnership. In which ways is this likely to reshape Nigeria's security coordination with the United States?
Well, I think when you have something like the National Security Advisor being at the center of leadership, it shows how serious you are as a government. If you look at the United States of America, if you look at the hierarchy of government, especially when it comes to security, after the president is the National Security Advisor, even before you get to the Minister of War, which used to be the Minister of Defense. So definitely putting a person like Nuhu Ribadu as the head of that commission, or commission, I think it's a working group. I think it's going to be a good thing for Nigeria. It shows seriousness. But again, my challenge was that if we have had an ambassador in the United States of America by now, instead of just having a representative from the United States Embassy in Nigeria, as member of that group, would have had the ambassador, which also would have also created a kind of seriousness also on our part, because there are some issues that are diplomatically related, that are not security related, that the ambassador will be able to deal with. And when it comes to security, then you begin to look at the Ribadu, the NSA. And also, don't forget, also we have the Minister of Interior there. We have issues that have to deal with. We're dealing with the U.S. in concerning our visa issue. If you've not forgotten, because up to this moment, we are having Nigerians being given 3-month visa because of some security matters that have to do with interior, with passports and others. So by the time we have the ambassador there also, and now we also have the National Security Advisor, and hopefully we have the Minister of Interior, or hopefully we have an ambassador very soon. We have the National Security Advisor, and then we have the Minister of Interior. We have the Chief of Defense Staff there. I mean, when you look at this, you have the Minister for Foreign Affairs also there. So I think it's a step on the right direction, and Nuhu Ribadu heading it. That's the seriousness of it, because again, in the United States of America, security is one area they don't play with.
Out of this collaboration.
Can I get your question again? I didn't get you.
When should Nigerians start to expect concrete results from this collaboration in terms of Nigeria's security or impact to the economy?
I wish I could draw a timeline to that. But again, you say it's a working group, and a working group, the president has not told us how long they do, what are the deliverables. But I can tell you, the first place we want to see result is in the area of intelligence sharing, and that also will lead to actions in dealing with these terrorist issues, insecurity, banditry, and others. That is where the first time we expect to see results. Then after that, I think the economy will come in. Definitely, I think that was an ongoing discussion. And in terms of the economy is coming in into the area of visa restriction at the moment. How can we address those issues? What leads to those issues that businessmen are not easy, are sometimes not being able to travel to the United States, do their business, come back and travel because we have a 3-month single entry visa. So that also are things that we'll begin to see results. But I think first and foremost, we need to see results in the area of intelligence sharing, how we'll be able to deal with these security issues that we are having in Nigeria. And I'm happy that the presidency, the committee will be meeting regularly and to also deliberate on way to make more impact, more ways to share more collaboration in the area of security and other areas. I think going forward, if I may ask, I think we will need, and whereby the president should also put the coordinating minister of the economy, that the minister of finance will be also part of that group, to also shows that we are not just discussing only security. Once security is stable, then what you always think about is economy.
All right, you're welcome back, and we're still taking a look at some of the outcomes of this collaboration between U.S. and Nigeria to ensure Nigeria's security, and we still have Mr. Muktar on the line with us. Mr. Muktar.
Yes, thank you. I can hear you.
All right, so let's quickly take a look at the inclusion of ministers. Would you say that this signifies a strategic direction which national priorities are likely to dominate the agenda within the working group?
Did you say the list? I didn't get that first stage of the statement.
All right, so I'll take it again. The inclusion of top ministers signals a strategic direction which national priorities are likely to dominate the agenda within the working group.
Yes, of course. When you look at that list, you realize that security is key. What they are going to be talking about is security. If you look at outside the minister for foreign affairs, every other person that is on that group is in the area of defense. So definitely it shows that the country is serious with security. As it stands now, security is key to Nigeria economic prosperity or even the stability of its nation. So I'm not surprised that the president is setting up these agendas, and security seems to be the key driver of this working force. Like I said, once we begin to address the security, maybe there will be need to expand it to other areas like trade and investment. But I think for now, what we're seeing there is all about security, and which with the happenings around Nigeria in the past few weeks, that shouldn't come as a surprise to any of us. And I think it's a good move.
All right. So which institutions in Nigeria stand to gain the most from expanded access to U.S. security resources, considering the fact that intelligence sharing is now going to be prominently displayed in this collaboration?
Definitely, the Ministry of Defense, the military, the Inspector General of Police is also part of that. That shows it also police also benefit. You also look at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They have a role to play. They will be beneficiary there. The Department of the DSS also we also have a very big benefit from this committee, because it's all about intelligence sharing. And when you look at intelligence sharing, you look at the Ministry of Defense, you look at the Ministry of Interior, and where you have the Minister for Interior also is there, and also the Inspector General of Police is there, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs in terms of driving collaboration between various embassies, maybe the embassy in Nigeria and the embassy in the United Kingdom. I mean the US, United States, not United Kingdom, sorry. So I think when you have those are the three people. When you talk about the Ministry of Defense, you definitely look at the Navy, the Air Force, and also the Army. These are key institutions that are fighting external aggression, assistance, and terrorism. So definitely they will benefit. Internal security will benefit in terms of equipment of the Nigerian police. That's why you have the Inspector General of Police there also, and they could also be intelligence sharing. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission also might benefit from it. Don't forget that of recent, there's been a lot of collaboration between Nigeria and also and the United States in the area of financial crime, where a lot of Nigerians that were involved in crime in the United States have been deported to the United States to face trial. So they also benefit from it in the area of intelligence sharing, or maybe an improvement of what they have done, been having before. So I tell you, it's going to come with a lot of benefit. But like you said, I think the benefit first of all will be in these areas, and before we begin to see other areas begin to benefit.
All right, so this delegation, sorry, let me just quickly ask you this before we wrap up the show. Now, the delegation brings together defense, diplomacy, intelligence, and humanitarian agencies. Which synergies among these institutions could create the strongest long-term benefits for national security? And how is this collaboration going to impact the relationship that Nigeria has had in the past with the U.S.?
Thank you for bringing out that there. Also, they are really going to benefit. Remember, there has been a lot of assistance in the area of poverty eradication, and also improving the life of the ordinary Nigerians through aid that have been coming from the United States. Even after the stop of those aid, Nigerians still enjoy a lot of benefit of aid from the United States. And even then, the President Trump also said that he might have to stop some of those aids coming to Nigeria. So with this working group, I think again we will see more area whereby the United States will help us humanitarianly, especially when you look at the IDP camps that we are having because of this security challenge. I think that is where the citizens that will benefit, but mostly those citizens that are being impacted by this crisis. I think also that is where also that will also have an impact on our economy, because when the citizens begin to have aid, they will be able to begin to cater for themselves, and that also will help boost our national GDP. So definitely, I think if you look at the collaboration, if you look at what we have just said, outside the military, in terms of the military personnel benefiting in the area of equipment, in the area of training. The next people that will be beneficial, the vulnerable, especially those that have been affected by this crisis, they will begin to get help. And that also will depend on the prudency from Nigerian, from the humanitarian department, and also the processes that this aid will be distributed to those that will need it, especially those from the crisis area. I think those are the citizens that will definitely benefit from the vulnerable and those that are affected by this crisis.
Thank you very much, Mr. Muktar, for your contributions on this discussion. Well, that brings Business Edge to an end, and we thank you so much for joining us. Do make sure you follow us on our social media platforms. You can look up at News Central TV, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Thank you very much. My name is Chamu Dabeng, and please do stay safe.